Would you look at that? McLaren decided to send your boy Tall Guy that brand new 2025 McLaren Artura, and I'm gonna tell you what it's like living with it, the good, the bad, and of course, everything in between. Let's get to it. The good old McCleasy days. If you are an OG G-Squizzle, G-Squad supporter that's been rocking with your boy for a very long time and subscribed, if it's not too late if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button right away. I'd greatly appreciate that. But you would know that this is pure reminiscent of me and my old McLaren 570 Spider. Hard top, drop top, ain't nothing better, man. And I wanna know what y'all favorite memories were with me in my McCleasy, my McLaren. Was it when I had the factory black paint with the bone gristle rims? Or was it when I had that satin chrome blue wrap on that thing with all that carbon fiber? Because that was by far my favorite with that snap, crackle, pop, ooh, with the flames shooting out that thing. And I even had the gold chrome wrap on my 570 Spider as well with them gold Forgiatos with the floating F on that thing. Which one was y'all favorite? And at that time, I actually had a whole fleet of gold whips. I had the gold Hellcat, gold Rebel, and I even had the gold McCleasy. So get active in the chat and let me know what were y'all favorite memories with me and my old McCleasy. But I'm not gonna lie to you, the best thing about this Artura since I've had it is the fact that I ain't got no car note on this one like I did with my old McLaren. But I wouldn't mind having another car note just for this car in particular. And that says a lot because I'm not into vlogging and buying cars no more. I'm just into good old legendary top tier production reviews now. And I got so many more legendary videos coming your way. But this one in particular, I would buy right now. I had to look really, really, really hard for the things that I dislike about this car. And we're gonna get to that in a second, but drop some comments below. Let me know what y'all favorite memories were. But without further ado, let's get to talking about all these legendary features because this list is gonna feel endless because it is endless. It's so legendary, man. See, now my McLaren didn't have an ounce of ambient lighting in it, but I always wish that it did. But this 2025 Artura, it does. And it's a bunch of colors to choose from right through the infotainment screen, but it's only on the passenger door and driver door. But I do wish it was on the dash center console area, but I ain't gonna lie, hey, beggars can't be choosers, so I'm just happy they installed it because it is game changer. Now, right off the rip, I have to talk about the fact that this car is a hard top, drop top. In 2025, every convertible to me, in my opinion, should be a hard top, drop top because nobody wants a cloth rag top like they did back in the 80s. Granted, I'm an 80s baby. Back then, it was legendary to have a rag top on your whip. Definitely, it was a Cadillac quarter top, full top, half top. It didn't matter. A rag top was legendary and it was a sign of luxury and you paid the bag to get it. But in 2025, I don't want to see a rag top. I want everything to be a hard top, drop top, convertible. And I've always saluted and took my hat into payoff to McLaren for coming out with that hard top, drop top because they are the best in the game because you don't compromise your looks whether the top is up or down. And the fact that this one got like a Targa see-through top that you can literally open your sunroof with on top of being able to close it with a push of a button makes it that much more historical. Because the last car that I did that had that same feature was the Maserati MC20 Chilo. Chilo, mamma mia, that was a legendary video. Make sure y'all go back and watch that one if you haven't done so already, and the 5-minute review as well. But this one, they did not even have to do it. McLaren's spoiling y'all out here, man, and me included, because I got it right now. Once you drop that top, look at how it's looking. Come on, man, get full photosynthesis on the scalp and grow that toupee a little bit more if you want to. But if you get tired of boiling in the sun, being a rotisserie chicken on the spindle boot, you can close the top by simply flipping a switch, holding that thing down. And I love the placement of this one being on the roof versus my old 570S where it was on the center console. So I like that a lot. But when you get tired of being rotisserie chicken, you can close that thing. And then next you know, you got a sunroof and all you gotta do is push a button to open or close the sunroof. I love that. I absolutely love that. That alone makes this car worth every bit of the $367,000 price tag that they are asking, man. Now, next up is by far one of my favorite features about this car because I just think it was absolutely genius because whether the top is up or down, you never essentially have a blind spot in this car when you're looking over your right shoulder because you got a see-through B-pillar, which is game changer. And I'm sure it helps with like car nerd stuff with downforce and you know, whatever else, straight line speed. But I like it because it's aesthetically pleasing and it is practical to real life. Like no matter what, and if I'm moving and grooving and getting down in traffic and I'm hitting gaps, that see-through pillar helps me navigate through it that much easier with confidence and reassurance. So I love that a lot. And the fact that it's encased around carbon fiber, ooh, y'all know I'm a sucker for that carbon fiber now. Because you know the hard top, drop top got the carbon fiber on top of that thing. So you want to protect that carbon fiber by getting your Farid Automotive spectacular ceramic wax by clicking that link below in the description. But back to that see-through bead filler, you want to keep that clean too by getting your Barrett's Automotive sensational shampoo and that foam-tastic wash and wax, man. That is genius, and I absolutely love that y'all did that, McLaren. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm just gonna keep saluting y'all all day. My hands just might as well be glued to my forehead like this the whole time because it's just nothing but salute and respect for this joint over here, man. This sound system is Bowers & Wilkins, which we all know sounds top tier, but they must have put a little anabolic steroids juiced up in the veins of this thing or did something. I don't know what they did in the Avatar world that got this sound system sounding like this. I believe it's a 12 speaker top of the mook joint, and this joint is most definitely top of the mook in sounding, whether the top is up or down. You're gonna see me reference that a lot because a lot of convertibles, whether it's a hard top, drop top, or a cloth top, they sound different. The sound system gets weird when the top is down, or it gets better when it's up, or sometimes it gets worse. This one, it doesn't matter. Top up or down, it is bumping and jumping. And y'all know I'm hypercritical of the sound system. It is by far the best sounding convertible I think I've ever been in. I don't even think I have to hesitate when saying that. This is by far the best sound system I've ever heard in a convertible, bar none. And you can customize it from studio, on stage, or driver focus, and you can even play with the tones and the balance and phase to really, really make that joint come to life because it sounds good just straight factory with everything at zero. But if you spike that joint up and get to playing with that thing, woo-wee, there ain't gonna be too many sound systems that's better than this one right here. I can't talk about it good enough. Like, I don't even think what I'm saying right now is doing this sound system true justice. For real. Now, there's no way in life I could ever end this video without talking about the performance of this car, because it is absolutely absurd. And I say that in the best way because we have a hybrid plug-in hybrid powertrain, which lets you be pure electric and you won't hear a sound from this car, and you get about 21 miles of range. Some people say you get less than, but McLaren states that you get 21 miles of range. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't know. Farid would know more than me. Shout out to my dog Farid, because he likes driving around in electric mode in this car. But me personally, I love the track. The track is by far my favorite. And it's hard for me to even stay on topic because I want to go straight from track to talking about that VDC, which is variable drift control, which will literally let you Tokyo drift this joint however you want, whenever you want. And this joint will get for real complete sideways, making it a blast from the past, just like my old McLaren, but this one is a billion times better. Oh, it's so much better. And you got a 3-liter twin turbo V6 producing 690 horsepower and 531 pound-feet of torque, giving you a 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds with a top speed of 205 miles per hour. All I can do is rub the back of the cerebellum. Because, man, listen up, man, this joint, just a moment of silence, I'm sorry. I love it. I love it. Like I said, I'm not even into vlogging and buying cars no more, but if there was ever a car that would make me get back into the game, it is this one. My leg room. If I got my shoes on, my leg room is straight. I can make it work. Is it a tuna in a tin can? Of course, chicken of the sea mook. But if I take my shoes off, I could get full extension up in this thing, man. And my headroom is good whether the top is up or down, and I'm 6'10". There is not too many cars in the world that's regular practical cars, let alone sports cars, that can fit me like this in this car. What's not to love? But I'm just gonna move to the next topic anyway, because I'll probably just keep ranting and going. So let's just move to the next one. I absolutely love the way my 570 Spider handled, and this one handles way better. And I loved the way that car handled. And this one is night and day better. Man, shout out to God for evolution, man. Not only just within us as human beings, but just within the automotive space, housing space, everything space. All glory to God, you know what I mean? Because man, evolution is a beautiful thing. Because like I said, I love that 570S, but this one is night and day better. It's not even comparable, man. It's not. From the comfortability on the seats, to the tech, to the performance, to, I mean, just everything, man. I did not have that clear mook on the sunroof, hardtop, drop top, like with the button presser. Life is good because God is good. Let's talk about these seats, because these seats are not only bucket seats with blue leather, with the same color paint that's on the outside of the car, on the piping in the seats and on the dash, and the door panels, which is a paint color called MSO Tokyo Cayenne. I don't know, I probably butchered that name all to shit, but I'm not gonna lie to you, that paint color is fire. But these seats, to adjust them, it's manually to slide them forward and backwards, but to adjust them up or down, you do got power settings and power lumbar settings as well. But they just look damn good. But if you want to make them look better, you know what to do. Get your Barrett's Automotive pristine leather conditioner right now to protect your leather investment and on the door panels as well, because there's so much leather and Alcantara in this car. The Alcantara is on the steering wheel, it's on the B pillars, roof liner, whether the top is up or down, it's in the front of the dash. And then after that, you just got leather everywhere on the door panels, on the seats, on the dash. Use your Barrett's Automotive pristine leather conditioner right now by clicking that link below in the description, because ain't nothing better, just like ain't nothing better than this car right now to me. Now y'all know how I go. When the doors go up, finish the sentence, the panties come down. If you're new to the channel, and you haven't watched all my old vlogs from back in the day, that's something I used to say with my old McLaren when I would throw up the doors, or whether I was inside the car or outside the car. When the doors go up, y'all know what happens, the panties come down. But now the doors is coming down, and the only thing that's coming down now around this joint is with me and my wife, and ain't none of y'all business, that's my business right there. So all glory to God for evolution. But I love these butterfly doors. They're legendary on the outside, legendary on the inside, and no matter how you slice it or dice it, whether you get in the car or out of the car, whether the top is up or down, they look good. And it's also easy for your boy to get in and out of this car whenever I want by going head first. Pause. I know it's a lot of craziness in a short amount of time, but it's easy for me to get in if the top is up, because I just go head first and then throw my legs in second. But if the top is down, them doors go up. And then, you know what I mean? I'm stepping, hey, brother, let me relax. I'm getting too carried away. So we got a 10-spoke staggered rim setup with 19-inch rims in the front and 20-inch rims in the back of this thing, giving it a much more aggressive stance and look. But if you want to make the rubber around them rims look just that much better, you want to make sure you click that link below in the description and get your Barrett's Automotive Magic Tire Sheen to really bring them joints to life like magic, baby. Now, this is something that's going to catch you off guard, because it caught me off guard, because this is not one thing I plan on talking about and what it's like living with a sports car and a McLaren at that, and it's the gas mileage. Like, I am currently sitting at half a tank right now, and I got 155 miles of gas range along with 9 miles electric range. If y'all could see how I've been driving this joint in pure track mode every single time, blowing the mook off this thing, and I still got half a tank after all this time, this joint is good on gas, man. I think you get 17 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway, which I think is actually a conservative understatement number, because I think it gets better. My McLaren did not have this, and it's the fact that every time you adjust your steering wheel, you simultaneously adjust your digital gauge cluster. I don't care if you're pushing your steering wheel in or out towards you, it moves with the steering wheel every single time. It's super like configurable, so no matter how you put your steering wheel, it's gonna match and be aligned with exactly where your hands are and line of sight in that digital gauge cluster with the steering wheel. But if you thought that was it, that's not it. Because through the infotainment screen, you also have a driver profile setting for your digital gauge cluster and steering wheel, because you don't got memory seats in this car, which is one of the things I don't like, along with you gotta manually scoot the seat forward or backwards, which isn't a real big deal to me, but these seats aren't heated or cooled either. So that's a dislike for me as well. But the fact that you have a driver profile setting to save your digital gauge cluster and your steering wheel profile, I just thought was super legendary. But to get back to the dislike with the not being heated or cooled seats, I don't like that. I don't mind that you gotta slide your seat forward or backwards. That's not a big deal, but I do wish these seats were heated and cooled. So I kind of gave y'all a blend of a lot of worlds in that one sentence right there, or maybe a run-on sentence, I should say. So a feature I have to talk about, especially because this is a sports car, is the fact that you can press a button on the left side of your driver dash to lift the front end of this car and lower the front end of this car, which is super important with a sports car, because you don't want to be scraping your front lip splitter, and this one got a legendary one along with a massive chunky monkey rear diffuser that I rock with absolutely. But let's just stay on topic, Slim. You need that because you, like I said, you don't want to scrape or damage anything on your front lip splitter, and definitely if it was carbon fiber or just in general, like this one just has black, but it's still legendary, and you don't want to do it like that. There, your boy out here type rhyming, man. But that is dope because it goes up really fast and comes down really fast, which helps with your everyday use in life every day when you're using a sports car day in and day out, like I've been doing. And like I said, it's super practical to everyday life because it goes up fast and comes down fast, and you get to keep going about your business. You even have a center console storage space made up of carbon fiber with a phone slot storage space for both the driver and passenger of this car. But get this, in case neither one of you got a charger on you, you can just charge your phone through the wireless vertical standing car charger that you got right behind your center console, and you even got a cup holder. But I do wish this car had at least 2 cup holders, maybe one in the dash like how Porsche does, but you know, we'll take one. One's better than nothing, but I do wish there was 2 cup holders. But you also got 2 more additional chargers within your leather wrapped armrest with a decent amount of storage space for such a small car. And you got drive, neutral, and reverse that you can literally go into by just flipping the switch like you're in a jet or something, which I really rock with a lot. And you're gonna wanna make sure you keep that space clean by getting you some Farid Automotive exceptional interior cleaner, because this is such an exceptional car that you gotta click that link below in the description and get your exceptional Farid Automotive interior cleaner. Now let's talk about the infotainment screen in this joint versus the Mclaren, which was a 2024 GT that I just reviewed last year in a 5-minute format. Make sure y'all check this video out when you're done with this one. We killed that video as well, but that was a legendary one. We'll put the link below in the description. But that infotainment screen and just this infotainment screen, it don't even look like it's made by the same manufacturer. Like that joint was like an old graphing calculator, and this one is like the iRobot new joint in comparison to that infotainment screen. And this one offers things like media, phone, navigation, BDC, that variable drift control, y'all know I rock with that, along with your driver's assistance and your ambient lighting with a bunch of colors to choose from, again, which is way better and easier to navigate than that previous McLaren GT that I just reviewed. And to turn the volume up or down, there's a button on the side that you can simultaneously press to go back to the home screen, which I really like a lot. Now we have to talk about the air circulation in this car, which sounds crazy. Like air circulation, Slim? Yes, the air circulation, because if you go back and you watch my GT review that I did with McLaren in 2024, you will see that that was one thing that I mentioned that I did not like. The air circulation wasn't good. The high and temp lows wasn't that good to me. And these ones, in this, you got the regular 4 climate vents that you see on top of the dash, but to the naked eye, you don't see the air circulation and vents below integrated within the dash, giving this a maximum velocity of air circulation and flow, making it ultra legendary and historical. So I rock with that a lot. Now, next up, let's talk about the fact that these sun visors don't detach or extend, which I wish they could. I just got done reviewing the Aston Martin Vantage V8 joint. That was my same complaint in living with that one. I like the fact that they were made in Alcantara. That was a good one, but and they got a mirror that flips down, because if the top is down, you don't want the glare to be something crazy through the mirror. So I like the fact that you can not have the mirror or have the mirror, which is good. But why can't it detach or extend? I just will never understand that. So y'all got to let me know in the comments, because that is just weak to me. If I got the top up, clearly I don't want the sun on me right now. Or so if there's ever a sun on the side window right here and the top is up, why can't I block that out? Why do I gotta just let that beat me in my face? Why? Pause. Why do I have to deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, McLaren, let me get the detachable, extendable sun visors, baby. So I actually lied. There's one thing in addition to what I already mentioned about the infotainment screen that I don't like, and it's the fact that it doesn't have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And I just think in 2025 with a $360,000 price tag, I should have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So Slim from the future here, y'all. My bad, I had to interrupt the video because I had to let y'all know I was dead ass wrong, to say the least, about the Apple CarPlay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Context matters. Literally after filming that video, I had to go run some errands. My phone went dead. Long story short, I had to charge my phone up in the car, and I had to plug it up in the armrest using the USB-C charger. And when my phone finally powered up, the infotainment screen popped up with Apple CarPlay. So it was like light bulb moment right then and there. I was like, it does have Apple CarPlay, obviously, which looks really good, but it's just not wireless CarPlay. But nonetheless, it does have Apple CarPlay. So I gotta say when I was wrong, and I gotta keep it transparent with y'all and keep that in the video, because I wanna let y'all know there's times where I'm wrong. I am human. Everybody who reviews cars, they don't know everything about cars. We figure it out when we get the car, or sometimes when we're watching videos. But even the people who are super car nerds, they're gonna be wrong with something sometimes. I just wanna keep it transparent in a stack with y'all. So I was wrong with that. And I'm glad that it did have it, and I couldn't be more happy to be wrong for a $367,000 car to have Apple CarPlay. Now, new levels, new devils, and God makes everything happen for a reason, but we are some of the most ungrateful human beings, because when I just said that it didn't have it, I was disappointed that it didn't have it. But I still love the infotainment screen. Now that I know it has it, I'm like, oh, damn, that's dope, man. Legendary, grateful, oh, that's pretty cool. But now, something new to complain about. We should have wireless CarPlay. So I'm sorry, McLaren, but for $367,000, it should be wireless CarPlay. That's why I didn't even think to plug it up into the armrest. My mistake, but I'm glad I was wrong, like I said, but it should be wireless CarPlay for $367,000. They just started doing that in the Urises, which is crazy to me. When you're paying $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 for a car, I don't understand how an Audi S7, which is 100 bands, maybe 150 at most, and you can get that with wireless CarPlay, but the same product, Lamborghini is Audi and Audi is Lamborghini. Why do your $200,000, $300,000 SUV just now getting wireless CarPlay when the Audi S7 had it way before that. So I think the same way about this McLaren, but nonetheless, here's what I like about this McLaren. I'm just happy that McLaren made that evolution and got the new infotainment screen with the new digital gauge cluster and all the new tech and all that good stuff. But the next evolution and step, I would believe, right, McLaren, is gonna be wireless CarPlay. So I think that will be the next thing. At the end of the day, it all comes down to money at the end of the day anyway. They could have done the wireless CarPlay right through the door, in my opinion, but that's gonna be the next step. So that would be the next thing. Oh, the new Artura 2.0 has, look at that joint, sound good when it's kicked on. It has, you know, the wireless CarPlay and all that good stuff, and then just the new things, just like when they come out with a new iPhone, it's one big finagle, but nonetheless, they do it how they do it, and they're gonna keep doing it however they've been doing it for all these years. So I just had to talk about that with y'all, but I thought that was legendary. Now, yesterday was a historical day because there was a lot of things that panned out for McLaren that I found out while driving that also resonated with me. And when I was driving, I needed to get gas. Yesterday was hectic, man. I was on my way back to the crib and literally I was getting low on gas. So I literally went over to the electric. And the electric, that 21 miles of range, whether it's 14, 10, 11, 18, however you drive is gonna determine that, but literally came in super duper clutch. Because this is all plug-in hybrids, right? So as you're driving in gas, you're charging up the battery, which is super dope. That's nothing groundbreaking. That's been around in Lincolns and all sorts of other Fords, you know, McLarens, Lamborghinis. It's been in all the plug-in hybrids is pretty much essentially like that, right? But when you're driving, you can literally switch and just go to electric for those who don't know. And then next you know, you've been charging your electric the whole time you were using the gas. And then when you go from gas, you can go kick that joint back in the track, exhaust kick in like it just did a little bit ago. And then next you know, you can really get down with the get down and you're charging up the battery. So you can simultaneously go from both. So I believe their estimated thing when you use the whole plug-in hybrid powertrain with the gas and battery, I think you get a 40 miles, maybe 40 miles plus of range, which is super legendary. So I had to talk about it. In a supercar, I thought that was dope. I know a lot of people complain about the battery and the low range that it gets to 21 miles and they say it's 11 and all that other stuff. I rock with it. I love it a lot. I have no complaints about it. I thought that was dope. Now, the next thing that I do have to dislike that I say, but at the same time, it's more of a neutral thing because it's not a like, it's not a dislike, it's not a love, it's not a hate, but it's just something I want to mention to y'all. And I think that McLaren could improve on is the quality of the backup camera. The quality of the backup camera pops up in the digital gauge cluster. It's legendary idea and thought to put it there. I don't like the quality. There's cars that are far less cheaper with way better quality backup cameras. But I like that McLaren thought and knew that that wasn't the best. So what they did was they gave you a bird's eye view camera that pops up in your infotainment screen that'll give you a front parking camera and side parking cameras. So that way you don't scrape them legendary rims or tires. I like that a lot with the infotainment screen camera. That comes in clutch because I feel like all car people like me back their car up every single time, whether it's a manufacturer car or their actual car. I'm backing my car into the parking spot. I'm never going front lip forward because definitely in a car like this, because you could crack that front lip splitter. Definitely if it's carbon fiber wings, diffusers, anything like that, no way. I'm not even getting close to that cinder block that stops you. Drop some comments below and let me know. Am I alone in this world or y'all with me? But anyway, without further ado, let's get back to the normal program. Now, last but not least, I'm gonna have to mention something that's neutral because it's not a dislike, it's not a like, it's not a love, it's not a hate. And it's the fact that when you're driving this car and you wanna adjust the side mirrors, your adjustment for the side mirror is behind the steering wheel, kind of underneath the dash. Cool, you can utilize it to flip or dip the right or left mirror, but it's kind of hard to see and navigate with at the same time. So it's just something I want to mention to y'all because like I said, I can do it. It's not a deal breaker. It's not a dislike, like I said, but it's also not a like either. It's just something that I noticed like with all of the paddle shifters and you know the different levers and controls and the steering wheel, it just seems a little bit cluttered and trying to look for all of your controls that are behind the steering wheel, like your headlights or your side mirror controls. So that was just something I had to just throw out there and mention to y'all on what it's like living with as like a neutral thing. Like I said, I don't dislike it, I don't like it. Just something I wanted to mention to y'all. But that's everything your boy had to talk to y'all about when it comes to the new 2025 McLaren Artura, and I hope y'all rock with it. I'm about to put this thing in the track mode right now. You're gonna hear, whoo, that joint just sounds so good, y'all. I'm getting all my settings all set up for your boy because I'm about to blow the mook off this thing for the last few days I got it. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this video, and if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're an OG supporter and you just come back for a new video, I greatly appreciate you all the same. And look at that there. Ooh, it look good, don't it? Make sure y'all go over there and support our campaign with our car wash products at Barrett's Automotive. The links are below in the description. We would greatly appreciate it if you can support the campaign. But if you can, the only way you can support is by watching this video. We greatly appreciate you and we love you very much. And thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one. You did.